Just minutes from downtown Flagstaff, you'll find miles of scenic pathways. The Arboretum at Flagstaff is 200 acres of both maintained and natural forest land. It's surrounded by several trails, including the wetlands.
And that's about a half-a-mile trail that you can walk through. And we also have an inner loop trail, which is 6/10 of a mile. And then if you go outside of the game fence, that continues into the outer loop trail, and that's a little bit over a mile.
In general, an arboretum is a botanical garden devoted to trees. But this arboretum is much more than that.
The plants that we focus on at the Arboretum here are native plants that grow on the Colorado Plateau, and they're adapted to extreme temperatures and drought, and then also the high elevation and high sun.
Eric Kriegmer is a botanist and Arboretum board member.
Here in northern Arizona, we're really fortunate in that we have a lot of sun, and we've got great winters with snow. So the plants here have adapted to deal with that high altitude and extreme temperatures. A lot of them have smaller leaves, so they don't evaporate as much moisture.
Most of the plants here depend on the monsoon rains, which means many don't bloom until late summer. So the Arboretum has adapted for visitors, mixing native and non-native species.
We are in the Color Me Happy container exhibit. It's in a shaded area, and it starts out with different plants that are annuals that look great in containers. And then we move on to vegetables and fruits that are over on this side. And then it goes into a combination of using annuals and perennials. And then this whole side of it is a mixture of plants with herbs. And it's just a way to bring color and happiness.
And show visitors what they can do in their own yards. But it's rare plants that the Arboretum is best known for, and one in particular.
The Arboretum specializes in penstemons. We've actually been recognized through the American Garden Society as a penstemon garden, and probably the most unique plant that we have here is the Sunset Crater penstemon. It is endemic to this area, which means it only grows at Sunset Crater, and it's got these beautiful light pink flowers.
Other rare plants include the Holy Ghost Ipomopsis.
That grows probably more in the New Mexico area, but it is part of the Colorado Plateau. The one thing that makes the Arboretum really unique is our focus is not necessarily about being a beautiful garden. Our focus is about the conservation of our native plants.
In the beginning, the Arboretum's primary focus was research.
The Arboretum was founded by Frances McAllister, and one of the things that she wanted to do was figure out how to garden in high altitude climates, especially a very dry one.
Frances fell in love with Flagstaff when she and her husband came through by train in 1935.
And as a wedding gift to her, built a log cabin, and every summer they would come out and stay in this log cabin.
After her husband died, Frances moved from Los Angeles to Flagstaff full-time. She built a new home and later donated it and the land, creating the Arboretum in 1981. What started out as one woman's passion has grown to 750 species of plants.
Every week that I come out here, something different is blooming. So every time is a new experience.